AITA. Daughter dyed her hair badly and refuses to go to school. Can't believe this is happening, but here we go. Daughter, 14, has always been naturally blonde, however the last few months brown hair has been coming through her roots. She has asked us if she can dye it early RB this month. We said yes, but only if it's done professionally and appointment is booked for the 8th of February. Very popular salon with good reputation, meaning long wait times, but if it's being done right. Reason for this is both her sister and my wife have very sensitive scalps. Last time older daughter used an at-home kit, it went badly wrong. Doctor's kind of wrong. Youngest daughter was happy with this and agreed to wait, but this weekend went out with her friend and bought an at-home kit, dyeing her hair at her friend's house without any adult assistance. Well, now it's orange. We offered to buy a brown or black kit to cover it until her appointment, but she screamed she is a blonde, not brunette, and hasn't really left her room since. She is refusing to go to school until we fix it. I said I don't have a magic hair fixing spell, and the choices go dark for 3 weeks or put up with the orange color. We phoned the salon but they cannot move up the appointment, but will contact in case of a cancellation. So Reddit, am I the asshole for sending my daughter to school with self-inflicted orange hair? Edit. To be clear, as it's been mentioned a few times, the brown, brunette option was a temporary color, not a permanent, it'd wash out in a few weeks anyway. Edit 2. We have tried at other salons as well, however they have similar wait times. One can fit Nuznan earlier, the 25th of January, but honestly their Google reviews are a very mixed bag, 2 stars out of 5, so we're not overly confident with that one. Edit 3. Thanks for all the responses with advice. We won't be dyeing it again and we'll try the purple, blue shampoo instead, hoping to tone it down. Also, wife just got off the phone with a salon who can get her in this Friday, so she'll have to suck it up for the rest of the week. It's going to cost us nearly twice as much as the normal salon, so guess who will be doing extra chores for a while. Final edit. Wife sourced silver shampoo, so we'll be doing this shortly. Daughter emerged from her room, apologizing to us for the tantrum, which we accepted, and apologizing for ruining her hair. We laughed, and said it's her hair, not ours, so she should apologize to herself, so she grabbed a mirror, stroked her hair and said a heartfelt sorry. So all seems to be right in the world again. Not the asshole, and your daughter just learned an important lesson about instant gratification. It's not always gratifying, winking face. Lol. So she had everything set up for her to get it done, yet she was impatient, gave in and dyed it on her own. Not the asshole, your daughter fucked up. Not the asshole. You made her the appointment. Her impatience caused her situation. This is a good learning experience for her. Accountability. If you make a mistake, it's on you to fix it, no one else. Also, reinforce the medical condition issue your other daughter faced. You can also tell her that children with blonde hair, me included, can and might grow darker hair later in life. Here's a tip. Go out and get a purple toner and purple shampoo. Use the timer and then wash out. Let it dry, then put the purple shampoo and leave for 2 hours. It will counter the orange. Am I the asshole for refusing to drop my ex-husband's last name? My ex-husband, who I'll call him by his fake name Tony, and I broke up 2 years ago after 26 years of marriage. We have 4 children together. Due to the stupidity of the time and social pressure, I added my husband's last name to my name. So all my documents like identification, driver's license, passport, all credit cards, voter registration card have his last name at the end. We ended amicably, even more due to the circumstances. He is gay, and we divorced. Honestly, it would suck to have to change everything. Go to government agencies, pay for everything new. Go to the bank to change everything. So I didn't want to take out his last name, but I introduce myself by my maiden name. Only in the documents is it this name. Tony is currently engaged to a guy and they are going to get married in the next year. The situation that happened was, our son and his family decided to travel and invited me. He asked for my ID to make the reservations. A few days later, me, Tony and fiancé were at my grandson's party. Our son said jokingly in the conversation circle that he couldn't believe that until today I hadn't changed my last name. I laughed, saying that I was too lazy to rush to change everything that has this name on it. Tony started to ask if I really hadn't changed my name, if I didn't think that being engaged to someone else isn't the best time to change it, and he insisted that it was weird of me. I just replied, unless you can go in my place, spend hours and hours in lines, pay hundreds for it, I won't do it in the near future." We stopped talking and the party flowed smoothly. Later, he called me and said I was acting weird and a jerk by refusing to change the name, which he said was uncomfortable. I asked our son and he said he understands my side of not wanting to do this, but he understands Tony's side of being uncomfortable with his ex using his last name after the divorce. So I ask for an outside opinion. Am I the asshole? I don't intend to never change. I just don't want to go through it right now. Not the asshole. If having his ex share a last name with him bothers him that much, then maybe he should take his fiancée's name after they marry. Not the asshole. In part this speaks to male privilege. We're expected to go through the rigmarole of changing our name and then expected to change it back, but it's actually a massive pain in the ass. Also, what if you have built a career under that name? Your hesitancy is completely understandable. Not the asshole. After 26 years that's your name. Not the asshole. It is quite normal for someone to not change their last name after a divorce. I know women who have gotten remarried and didn't change their name even then because they wanted the same name as their children. Not the asshole. It's not up to men to tell women what name they're supposed to use. It's your legal surname as much as it is his. Am I the asshole for prioritizing my parrot over my stepdaughter's wedding? So I'm the owner of a wonderful rescued macaw. She is a wonderful bird but has a lot of issues due to an abusive former home. I've had her for 3 years and since then haven't taken any vacations or trips away as it would be too disruptive for her. She distrusts everyone and is very reliant on her routine. I love her deeply and I'm happy to make sacrifices for her. They are permanent toddlers and very intelligent birds. I met my husband by the time his kids were older. My stepdaughter was 16 at the time. We married when she moved away for college. Nevertheless, I thought we'd managed to have a decent relationship, until now. My stepdaughter is getting married in March, and naturally there's a lot of preparation involved. They're wanting a huge traditional wedding and she is stressed out of her mind. They live out of state, and she invited me recently to come visit her for a week to help make wedding plans and spend time with their 2-year-old. I declined and she insisted to know why, acting very hurt, and I explained the parrot. Well, JT all went downhill from there. She caused a massive fuss with her dad, saying she never got a mother figure and I never accepted her as my full-blood daughter and this is the ultimate snub for a silly animal. That I'm cold and emotionless. I feel really hurt and I can tell he agrees with her even though he's refusing to take sides. But I don't see why I should be expected to take holiday time off work to babysit and bond. All of a sudden and I don't see how I'm a monster for this. Am I the asshole here? Edit. Context of our relationship. We don't usually talk at all and she hasn't visited home in 4 years. Edit 2. Beginning to think it was maybe a mistake posting this. Mostly because this is a real and nuanced situation and Reddit is no place for nuance, and maybe personal relationships shouldn't be judged in the asshole context in the first place. But also because I should be more understanding and a bigger person regardless of who is or isn't the asshole. Life is too short to be butthurt and offended. I called my stepdaughter and told her that I understand this is a big moment in her life and she wants someone there to help and support her, and that I'm still willing to help her in any way I can to plan the wedding via Zoom and virtually. We talked a bit and I asked her why she hadn't accepted me reaching out in the past and she apologized and said she didn't want to accept someone as a stand-in, fake, replacement for her bio mom. But now she regrets it and would like a closer relationship, especially seeing how close her significant other is with his mom. We ended the conversation positively and I'm hoping things can improve going forward. I told her I'm a crazy bird lady and asked her if she still wants a relationship knowing that and she said that after the wedding she's willing to travel to visit us if we have room. Which we do. I'll leave this post up but I'm happy either way and I'm glad the feedback here motivated me to make the call. Question. Are you literally never going to leave the bird ever again? If so, that is not healthy. Unless you know parrots in general, and how people finicky they can be, especially abused ones. This isn't an animal you can simply drop off at a pet sitter. Op could lose the previously abused bird's trust if the bird thinks Op had abandoned them. Same time, you are already associating, bonding, as being a free babysitter. Also, a last-minute one at that. Maybe it's true, maybe it's not. Just sounded a little callous, but then again you're not obligated to be her babysitter. Not the asshole. Am I the asshole for not paying my daughter to babysit her younger siblings? So my 20-year-old daughter is currently a college student. She lives in my house free of rent. I only ask her to do a few things around the house from time to time, like cooking and cleaning. Typical things you're expected to do on a daily basis anyways. Occasionally she has to watch over her younger brothers since I may be busy with work or when I need a break to hang out with my girlfriend. My daughter recently spoke up to me about how she feels I'm putting too much a workload on her back, which I don't see how. She told me she's okay with cooking and cleaning around the house, but having to watch over her siblings was annoying and stressful and that it's taking away from her studies. That pissed me off because I myself went to school while having to pay bills and take care of her as a baby alongside my ex-wife. I told her she was acting very privileged and that if I could do it, so could she. She didn't like that very much and stormed off into her room. Well, she went behind my back and told my sister about how bad I was treating her. My sister is very kind and gullible at times, so she called me and said the least I could do was give her an allowance for the chores I make her do. I explained why I felt that wasn't necessary and she told me not to compare my situation to my daughter's since apparently I put myself in the position I was in back then, which I guess is a fair argument. But since she is living in my house rent-free and I'm paying for her college, I feel that in of itself should count as an allowance. So I just wanted to ask whether I'm wrong for not wanting to pay her extra money to do basic chores. Edit. So in regards to how often I ask her to babysit, it's usually 3 times a week. I don't see how that's too much to ask of her. It's usually only for a few hours until I get back home. My boys are twins and they're 5 years old. They aren't crazy kids, by the way, they're more mature than the typical ones you'll see. You are the asshole. Because I myself went to school while having to pay bills and take care of her as a baby alongside. That was your own baby and your own decision, same as now. Your daughter has no kids, it's not her responsibility. You're not the asshole for not giving her an allowance. She is living rent-free, after all. You are the asshole for your diatribe about how if you can go to school, pay bills, and take care of a family, she should also be able to. What may have been easy for you, may not be for her. People have different stress thresholds. If she's telling you that babysitting is too stressful on top of school and chores, I think you should listen. And it's not like she's complaining about chores and doesn't want to do anything around the house. She's simply telling you that adding babysitting onto her chores is overwhelming for her, which it may very well be. Also, her siblings are your kids, not hers, so they're also your responsibility.